Mental Training 101. And now back to Get Warrior Tough with Andrew and Dutch.
Time to get Warrior Tough. Give us a call, 855-856-1380 if you want to yell at Dutch for saying that yoga is not exercise. Or you can tweet me at Warrior Tough PhD. Dutch is at the Dutch Coleman. Use the hashtag Get Warrior Tough. Go to getwarriortough.com. Register, get your free ebook. Hey, listen, Dutch. This week I was on. I did a like an extended interview on a podcast called the Game Changer Podcast this week with Michelle Dutro. And oh man, I absolutely love her. She's like the female version of me. She was in the Air Force, which we don't hold against her, but she was a firefighter, dude. Like a bona fide firefighter. Like, you know, that's just nice. It blows my mind. So, and I was a cop, right? And I told her, I said, firefighters they're way more mentally tough than I would be, because you're like having to deal with a force of nature. As a cop, we deal with other humans. I can handle that. But having to deal with an element of nature like fire, I don't want to say it scares me, but I don't know what I'm doing with that, right? So it's a mystery to me. So I have total respect for them. So anyway, I was on her show called the Game Changer Podcast. Had a great time. I asked her she would do me the favor of coming on our show next week. So she's going to call in. She's out in California, so she's going to call in next week. Her call sign is Machine Gun Shelly. I absolutely love her. I love me, so how could I not love her, right? Because she's just a female version of me. She's totally cool. Her company is named the name of her company, Dutch, is so cool. It's called Inner North Star. Is that awesome or what?
Good, I like it.
Yeah, Inner North Star, Game Changer Podcast. She's a mental toughness coach. She doesn't call herself that, but give her about 10 minutes with us. But by the end of next week, she might, update her, title, the mental toughness coach. I don't know. But so it's really cool. All right. So I'm really excited about her calling in next week. We'll have a good time, and it'll be fun. And it's always good to get because we say a lot of the same things. We just say them different. Like you and I, we say a lot of the same things. We just say them from a different angle. She's the same way. And it would be great to get a female's perspective from it and hear, so – because, we do kind of testosterone up a little bit. But, again, another hormonal reference. But anyway, she'll be on the show next week, dude. Okay, so here's the question that came in. How do you find out what mindset you have? So the first thing, though, Dutch, is we need to define the mindsets, again, for everybody. In case this is the first time hearing the show or whatever, or you haven't heard it in a while, let's define the mindsets. In Get Warrior Tough, right? In the Warrior Tough process, we define 5 mindsets. I know there's thousands of levels of consciousness there, but for our purposes, there's just 5. It's easy, right? So the bottom level, the lowest mindset is the defeated. Now, in this country, I believe the defeated is about 5%. In a lot of the third world countries I've deployed to, it's like most of the country. It's probably like 90%. The defeated's mindset is that I've lost before I've even started. Why should I bother even trying? I've already lost before I even started. There's no use. There's no hope. It's impossible. We're not even going to try. So they've lost before they even started. It's kind of like that old life sucks and then you die thing.
Right.
Right. Then the next level up, I call it the survival-minded. We call that survival-minded. In this country, it's about 10% where you do just enough to have just enough. I don't want any more responsibility. I don't really, just tell me when the breaks are. Tell me when payday is. Tell me when the days off are. I want to do just enough not to get fired, just enough to have just enough. Survival-minded. Then the next level up is about 75% of our population in the U.S. and mostly the developed world. It's the average-minded. The average-minded, now these folks, they'll tell me this. I don't want to be rich. I just want to be comfortable and have security. They want financial security and comfort. That's what they're looking for. They want to live life between the 40s. I don't want to be rich, but I do want to be comfortable. I want to stay in my comfort zone. I want to have, job security. I want to have good benefits, a good safety net in case something happens. That's why we need those health benefits in case something. So I'm really believing that something would happen because you never know what could happen. Right now, I got to have that. And I don't want to get that's 75% of the population. Then the next level. Go ahead. I
was going to say something about average. That's more common. When people hear that, they don't realize how popular that is. You said 75% of the population. I mean, that could arguably be more.
Yeah, I'm being nice.
But on top of that, it sounds kind of bad, but it's absolutely true. And if you think about it, playing between the 40s for the sports reference, nobody may not be scoring on you, but keep in mind you're not scoring either.
Right.
So you're not getting anywhere, even though you may not be falling back. You're not getting anywhere. And so it hurts to hear that, but people need to hear that because people live this defensive lifestyle and with this defensive mindset where I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose.
Yes.
I don't want to lose.
Playing not to lose, right? Playing not to lose.
And you're certainly not going to win. You're not going to get anywhere, which means it's going to delay any success of your downline, your kids and your grandkids are going to have because you're playing not to lose. At some point, somebody's going to have to get after it.
If you want to win.
If you want to win. Now, that average mindset, again, it sounds so bad, and I'm glad it sounds bad because this is exactly what's going on with the majority of the people. So I want people to be offended by that. I want people to realize that that's where they are right now. And then they can possibly move forward to the next one, which is
the tyrant, which we don't want them to move there. But
one
more thing about one more thing about the average mind and playing not to lose, right? That's what, and this is what they're playing not to lose their job, a job that they hate. We had a question on a radio interview today that I was doing. They asked, that's all sounds great, Andrew, the stuff you're saying, but if you're in a job you hate, how would you ever love it? Well, if you can't love it, then this is what the average-minded does. You're stuck in that little stupid trap, right? No, if you can't love it, then you leave and go find something that you do love to do. But the average-minded won't give up. And you've heard me talk about this before, Dutch, but if you guys haven't heard it, I was deployed to Panama back in the 80s, late 80s, right? And out in the Darien province, there's this Choco Indians, or what they're called. The Choco Indians, they hunt monkeys. That's because there's no Bilo or there's no Publix, there's no Kroger, so they have to hunt for their food. They hunt monkeys. They hang these milk jars, and they put a banana in the milk jug. And the monkey will come along and reach into the milk jug and grab the banana. If he could get away if he let go of the banana, but he can't get his hand out of the jug, if he's got the banana in his hand. He's got a fist, right? He can't get it out. The monkey knows he's about to get hit on the head. He knows he's about to become dinner for somebody. He's screaming his lungs out. Will not let go of the banana, right? Because he can't lose that banana and gets clocked on the head. Now he's meatballs for dinner. This is the average-minded. We will not let go of the banana. You could get bananas in the jungle anywhere, literally anywhere. But I got this one, and I don't want to lose it, so they literally die hanging on to that banana. That's the average-minded.
Absolutely. And you can comment on Twitter at the Dutch Coleman on Andrew's impression of a monkey. I like that.
They're just screaming. I was trying to dial it down for the mic because when I do it live, man, I really actually do it like a monkey. I mean, and I know that I practiced many hours in the jungle practicing my monkey imitations because it's just fun, and there's no Netflix out there. So anyway, the next level up is about 10%. It's the tyrant. The tyrant is I'm looking out for number one. I'll mow you down. I'll run you over if you get in my way, and I'm looking out for me. And they do get a certain level of results, but they burn every relationship and every bridge that they have, right? They get to the top of the mountain, and there's just like a trail of bodies behind them. I liken it to the farmer that there's that one weed in their crop of corn or wheat, and then they burn the entire field, and he's standing there with a gas can and a torch. The field is totally smoked, scorched earth, and he's like, I got that weed. Right, so that's the tyrant. So you don't want to be there, but they do get results. And this is funny, Dutch, because a lot of people that we coach on the higher end, the CEOs and the C-suite executives, they actually are tyrants. And so they think that they are there, even though they get their way, they get results, but they can't figure out why their lives are train wrecks. Right,
exactly. That doesn't speak to their stress level. It doesn't speak to their relationships, how poor their relationships are, and it doesn't speak to how long their success. Because the tyrants sometimes may have a rule. They may have time at the top, but it's not a long-lasting rule. Someone's going to come take them out because that's what people do to tyrants. Eventually, it's just a coup being planned at some point. Yep. You're going down. Tyrants don't last.
Well, because you reap what you sow, man, right? So that's how you got to the top. Right? That's how live by the sword, die by the sword. So that's not where we don't want to be in any of those mindsets. All operate out of a fear and scarcity mindset. They're all operating from a level and a point of operations, a base of operations, if you will, from fear and scarcity. So I'm always afraid to lose. There's never going to be enough. We're always running out. Money's hard to come by, right? Oh, I got to better hang on to this. Take care of what you have because you might run out. It's like, so you have like, when I was brought up, if you got a new pack of socks, you put one pair up and you never wore them, so you always have a new pair of socks in the drawer. Like, that doesn't even make sense now when I'm looking back on it. But we always had that new pair stuffed in the drawer. That's fear and scarcity. The top level of mindset where we want to go is the elite warrior. And the elite warrior operates from a point or a base of operations in love and abundance, and they play to win. They are a class act, and this is their mantra. I'm the problem. Any problem that I have is me. I'm the problem, but I'm also the solution to every problem.
Amen. Amen. I love that. I love that mindset. I love every time I hear that. Like I'm familiar with that. I've said it to many people. I teach it. But I still love it every time I hear it. That will never get old to me, no matter how much I teach it, how many times I employ it myself. That is a great statement. I'm the solution. I'm the problem. I'm the solution. There's not a better way on the planet to look at anything.
No, I love it too. I mean, that's how I live my life. That's how you live your life. That's what we do, man. This isn't just something that we say on the air. We say in our training classes. We actually we lived this out before we ever said it to anybody. So this is where we want to go and operate out of love and abundance. Like money is not running out. Money is easy to come by, and if you think I'm kidding, just look. I mean, the Fed prints new money every day. They're making new money all the time. Okay, nothing's running out. Every time we thought back in the 70s that we had run out of oil. There's no more oil. Right? And then after Katrina, gas went to $4 or $5 a gallon. Oh, we're running out. Dude, they're trying to prop it up right now because there's too much oil. We found too much. There's always a newer technology. We find more. There's more, and that's not even talking about the green energy. We're never running out of anything. All right. So the question is, how do you find out what mindset you have? Are you defeated? Are you survival mindset? Are you average-minded? Are you a tyrant? Or are you an elite warrior? How do you find out? That's our question on the table, Dutch.
Well, I tell you what, one thing you can do is look at your last, I'll just throw a random, look at your last 5 major decisions.
Ooh,
the last 5 major decisions in your life. Look at them. And how would you categorize them based on what we just said, based on that list? Were you planning not to lose?
Were you operating out of fear?
Were you just looking for a certain comfort level where things would just be okay? Where I just want to be comfortable. What? So you can answer those questions on your own. Just take your last 5 decisions that you've made in your life and line them up with what we talked about.
Dude,
and then it's not going to be. It might not be pretty, but it will give you a baseline. So where to begin, so where to start, because identifying where you are is the first step. And
so let's break this down. Can we break this down just a little bit more, man? Just a little more. Like, one of the last 5 decisions that you made is, what did you eat for dinner? What did you choose? What food did you choose to eat for dinner?
You going straight for the jugular right there.
I know, man. Don't you hate it when you make it? It's not a nebulous anymore. Let's just go straight. Let's just find out what is exactly what we're talking about here. What did you eat for dinner? What did you choose to eat?
Yep. Now, for me, you want to ask me?
No, because there's listen, we came on that trip to Tallahassee. We could roll it up. Travis Blanks, right? He's a star linebacker for Clemson Tigers, the national championship. Looks at the thing, and there's all these candy wrappers. And he's like, Andrew. I'm like, no, man, that was Dutch. We'll be right back after the break. Dutch, put the M&Ms down.